Hello and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. First highlight of the new year here, streaming Star Citizen After Dark here Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your butts over here. Have a good time with the crew. Coop says he's sitting around a fire. He's sitting around the dumpster fire in Spectrum chat. 4.0, a little bit rough. I kind of expected this would happen when they did this preview. They were trying to get it out the door. I knew the 4.0 preview was going to be like just pretty rough. I went in to experience a little of it myself. The first time actually fairly stable. The next time I went in, ooh man. And then there's some issues where people can't log in, and I think it's all to be expected because of course they rushed the preview out. But here's Morph doing some missions, which I'm not a big mission guy, so I kind of wanted to see what Morph was up to with some of these missions. So let's check it out. What's up, Wicked? Good to see you here, buddy.
You know that whole thing about wondering if there's players? Yeah, there's players. You know, it feels like it's been a little while since I've been able to make some more gameplay videos, but here I am. The new Pyro star system, turns out, has a lot more than just new locations to find. There's actually some pretty cool combat missions hiding around the system if you know where to look. One such mission I just found with some friends from the Armco community has got to be one of the coolest ones CIG has come up with outside of the more elaborate special events they run. The kicker? You don't even need to do this with friends. It's a completely soloable mission if you come prepared and with the right kit. So in a moment, I'm going to take you guys through what it is and what you need and how you can make a decent amount to fund your other activities.
I have not.
Right after I tell you about the sponsor of today's video.
Checked out a lot of the system, but
look, I know my audience is a pretty smart crowd, so you already know that being online means your personal information, like your social security number, employment history, address, and more, are being...
Oh, no, we're skipping this. We're skipping this.
You probably have also heard that these companies sometimes get hacked, where your identity and money could be at risk of being stolen, like what happened to me a few years ago. What you might not know, though, is that there are actually laws that can force those companies to delete your information, and Incognito Service knows exactly how to automatically out that there were groups, the wrong hand or two in. And don't worry, Incognito.com/Morphologis and use code Morphologis.
How you doing, Rob?
The mission you're going to want to look for is one that only shows up in the unverified section of the contracts tab. You'll only see it if you've got enough rep with either Citizens for Prosperity or the Headhunters gang. This is why I didn't know about it until much later, because I figured that there wouldn't be any missions in the unverified tab. I mean, it's Pyro, isn't everything unverified? Anyway, you're going to want to look for the mission called the Disable Outlaw Stronghold, but it'll be different if you're doing it for the Headhunters. Another thing you're going to want is to make sure that you've got a ship with enough cargo capacity if you really want to make the most amount of money. It's going to have around 66 SU or more of space, but you can always leave some stuff behind. Keep in mind that whatever ship you bring, though, should have some weapons on it, because in Pyro, you're definitely going to run into Pyro.
We're getting a lot of this. Like I said at the very intro of this video, 4.0 preview, right? And technically speaking, it can be quite the mess. I knew that this was going to happen when they pushed it out early. They wanted to get it out early because of the new system. They wanted people to kind of peruse the new system, get the vibe of it, especially around Christmas time. I called it. I said that they would have this ready for you to go on Christmas. The way they went about it in terms of like a business and giving it to people early, cool. But now people playing it like you and others and myself, first time, like I said, stable experience. Second time, really bad. And a lot of people having really bad experiences and a lot of people actually not even being able to log in right now. So it's like all over the place with the preview. It's literally all over the place. But the places I did get to see were pretty awesome.
The tractor beam is also absolutely required, but you should also bring an Argo Atlas if you've got one to speed things up for loading and unloading. If you don't have either of these items, you can actually buy the Argo Atlas now at Checkmate Station Ship Shop for 75K. You can find it in the elevators near the ASOP terminals or straight out of your hangar when you arrive. And tractor beams can be found on the cargo deck via the same route. I'll also show you guys where you can sell the stuff that you get from the mission. All right, I think it's time for a little bit of gameplay. If all goes well, it should turn out something like this. Once we get this thing loaded, we can get going right away.
Looks like Wooksie's very involved with the missions. Good info. Thank you, Wooksie.
3, 2, 1, jump.
Look at that.
Yeah, baby. Let's do this.
It's good to see Morph got some gameplay here.
We're getting hit.
Things a few kilometers away. Oh, incoming fire. Station.
Yeah, that's the station shooting us, isn't it?
Oh, someone else has been here.
Indeed.
Oh, Wookie. Oh.
Wonder how close I can get without.
If you guys are enjoying what you're playing, currently put a 1. If not, put a 2. I'd like to take a small poll of everybody here that's on the stream and then also on YouTube. Likewise. 1 if you're enjoying it, 2 if you're having a hard time. 3 from Wooksy. 1.5 and a 3. I see. Interesting. 3 is the DG360 option. People very happy with DG360. What's up, Gator?
The
so good to see you here, Aries.
A little bit extra context here. It's better to park near the asteroid and take cover instead of trying to get right next to this base because it has a lot of defensive turrets and they'll blow you up. I think there probably needs to be gravity like starting here.
Happy New Year to you, bro.
Put in it. Ready.
Let's move.
By the way, our buddy Ozwaza, or Ozzy as we call him, Oz, he's doing really good. I DM'd him the other day to check up on him. He's on the mend with his transplant, so he's still doing good.
Someone died.
It's like 3 months from the surgery. So just so you guys know. What's up, DY?
I'm moving right.
Good to see you.
One down.
It's got cool vibes inside the station for real. Like that's cool.
Not sure if that's a contact.
What's up, Kek? Good to see you, buddy.
Contact in the lobby, left side behind the.
Whoopsie says the contested zones have been a blast, but the mission bugs and working the rep is rough. Mission shares are broke. You know what? It's not 3.18, says Whoopsie.
Yep, taking fire. Flanked. We missed one from behind us, Jack.
Oh.
Coop says, I finally went to Pyro for the first time the other night. I love the aesthetic there in the stations. Yeah, cool vibes for sure.
It's another one.
Coop felt grossed out drinking the reclaimer water and eating rats on a stick.
Well, there's a lot in there.
The music's cool. Yeah. Good ambiance, man. Definitely dig the vibes.
Bar's clear.
Checking behind the bar. Behind the bar is clear.
They were saying this makes me realize I need to not just fly ships.
All right. Looks like we cleared this area. Now we can move down to the big prize.
Gator says, why can't criminals have panache? Look at all that graffiti. That's a lot of panache, Gator.
You know that whole thing about wondering if there's players? Yeah, there's players.
Downed?
I killed one of them.
Yeah, this is intense. I don't know. I'm not noticing much.
There might be more.
Lag or latency issues on this playthrough that he's going through. So he must be having a pretty decent.
Don't want to mislead you guys here. We searched the area and there was nobody else, so we decided to move on. But it's best to assume that there may always be more than one.
You know,
this area is clear.
Get back to this gameplay from Morph here, but I did want to mention again that there are a couple devs inside Cloud Imperium that are taking what we said seriously about theory crafting an entire station having a capture the flag based rule, which would be fantastic. Imagine owning an entire station with your organization and holding the flag down to benefit from holding an entire station. That would be pretty fucking awesome. So that is being considered this year. I would like to see that being added. That would be fun.
Bad guys in the back, though. Reloading.
Morph has got the lean down pretty good. Yes,
out there, maybe another.
Man. Right, Limitless? That's what we're talking about. We love that danger, right, Limitless?
Yeah.
Right, Wicked. Right, dude.
Okay, clear.
Make it worth our while.
I wonder what this guy's mission was.
Good question.
Yeah, here comes that fucking DC. Great, Wolves.
I wonder if you can access the hangar if you don't have a mission, though.
What's going on, Damon?
I think you can.
I'm glad you're down with the sickness, bro.
Because I can access the security room, which I don't think we're meant to go.
All right, this next part, I lost the audio for my teammate, so you're only going to hear me, unfortunately.
So we got little bugs from Morph saying that the audio went out. Aether letting us know in chat says, yeah, when 4.0 runs well, it's amazing. A different game. I was locked out for about a week, though, so I can understand why people are upset. I think we'll start seeing a lot of these issues that we're having with the preview. Mind you, remember, this is a preview, everybody. You know, it was pushed so that we could see all these places. It's not going to run perfectly. Like they kind of rushed this one out for everybody. I think we'll start seeing a lot more bug fixes towards the end of January once everybody starts getting back from Cloud Imperium. So if you're listening to Star Citizen content creators going over the top and telling you how bad everything is, and just take a breath and realize at the end of January, when the actual staff and the crew get back, they will start to get things back on track. You know, this whole preview was meant just for show.
It was an issue with my recording software. All right, I'm moving right. See a couple contacts. All right, one contact here. Down. Second one in the back.
I think it'd be
Also
much more
down.
professional Star Citizen content creators
another
kind
one?
of present it that way, that understand more about
I'm
game
not sure if he's
development,
still
not
live
for the
on,
theatrics and the clicks as well. I think Aether would agree
right over
with
there?
that.
All right, it looks clear. I'm going to push up, try to get closer to the freelancer.
Good, Wooksy, good.
One contact. Another one. All right, two more down on this side. Yeah,
Daft says it's been fun for me so far. Hello, what's up, Supermod Daft?
I'm going to keep pushing right
Good
on this
to see
side.
you, brother.
I know there's a couple more guys on this side, too. Oh. Ow.
Got tagged on
It's
that,
hard to hit these
didn't
guys through these panels. I guess that's the point, right?
Thank you, Rob. So good to have you on the stream with us watching some Star Citizen, bro.
All right, I think both these guys are down. Oh, there's a guy up on the
We
tower in the
love you,
back.
man.
I'll try to get around him. All right, you got him? All right, it's fine. I'll take out the generator on this side then. All right, generator down.
Tons. Imagine this working perfectly, Betty.
There sure are a lot of these guys. They must be like coming out of the elevators and such.
I definitely want some space
I'm gonna go check up top and
tomahawks
see if
for
that
sure,
guy's
Damon.
still alive.
Crazy Viking space tomahawks. I think we all agree that we need those.
Looks like you got him. All right, I think we might be clear, but just be careful. Let's get the rest of these generators.
Morph doing surprisingly good in an FPS scenario.
All right, I've got the
Total
last one
ninja
here.
stuff, Betty.
Okay, now it's just a matter of looting. So what do we got in the back of this thing? Let's see, what's the payload? Heck yeah. Pretty much full load. Looks like we've got stims, and that looks like gold on the bottom.
Bingo.
All right, so now it's just a matter of getting this thing out of here. Maybe grab a bit of loot before we leave. All right, it's time for a little bit of context here. This mission may not always spawn the freelancer, but it should. The servers are a little bit on the fritz, so it really depends on when you're doing this. But once you know that the freelancer is there, you have to open the doors, and there's this terminal where the ASOP terminal would typically be, where you press the button to open those doors. At that point, you can fly out, but be aware that the freelancer doesn't have a quantum drive and it doesn't have shields, so be really careful. I'm not sure if this is an...
Oh, that's hilarious. The freelancer does not have a quantum drive or shield, so be very aware of that when accepting this mission. That is hilarious. Also, the confrontation that they had was actually pretty intense. The NPCs acted okay from the playthrough I saw here from Morph. Better than I was expecting it to be.
An intentional part of the mission, or if it's a bug, but either way, right now, that's why you need another ship with 66 SU or greater, because that's what the freelancer carries. And you're not out of the water yet. This area is pretty well traveled by other players, so there is not an insignificant chance you're still going to run into somebody else. So even while you're loading up your cargo, it's better to be on the lookout for anybody flying around. I had done this another time, and I hadn't recorded it, where I actually started to get shot at by a player in another ship who thought it would be funny to try to kill me while I was doing this. And well, we ended up getting aboard the STARLANCER and killing him. But yeah, unfortunately, stupid me, I wasn't recording. Maybe not.
Sure, Morph, sure that happened. No, I'm just teasing. But that's something to take into account, because Pyro is lawless, so you might run into other people, right? Oh, Rob, what are you doing, bro? Thank you. Holy God, Rob. You're not gonna hate me. Put the ones in chat. Put the ones in chat for Rob. Rob, you are the man. Thank you for those 10 subs and supporting the show. You are a gentleman. Thank you so much, Rob. You are freaking amazing. Look at all the ones and appreciation for what you're doing for the DG360 community. We love you, Rob. Thank you.
Next time, you might also want to organize your loot separately. So I'm putting the stems separate from the gold, because you can't sell them at the same location in Pyro. I'll show you guys where to go next to sell both of these to get the most amount of money.
What's going on, Hugh? Thank you, Rob.
All right, so there's 2 locations you're going to want to go to. Rat's Nest is the one that's going to buy the gold off of you, and you should make a pretty good amount of money off of them, even if you don't have many of them. Also, I'm sure most of you guys know this by now, but don't dawdle too much outside these stations, because you will.
Oh my goodness, and look at this from Dynus. Thank you also, Dynus. Gifted in the community.
Next time it's gonna be
this love, this 2025 New Year. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. Thank you for spending. I didn't think tonight was gonna have. I don't think we were gonna have a lot of people tonight. I thought everybody's gonna be recovering, but it's nice to see all of you here. Thank you for being here and sharing some time with us.
Get shot by other players who will be keen to take your cargo. If you're newer, you're going to want to take that cargo and put it onto the cargo lift and then send it down. But if you've got a big ship like this, well, I guess you're probably not that new. But it's good info if you don't know and you've spent some time away from the game.
Lots of drizzling, Dave.
After that, you're going to want to locate the kiosk next to the administration office inside the station you're in. And that's where you'll be able to select now the station's inventory to sell the stuff that you just brought to the station. And you should make a pretty decent amount of money. And each time I did this, I made about 100K for each delivery, which
but that's a lot more creds than I was expecting. 100K. Well, can I hear it for actually Cloud Imperium putting some awards in there that are worth something? Is this the right game here? You got 100,000. Wait a second. What's going?
Which is not a small amount, like I said before. And you can chain these together and keep getting more of these boxes to sell. It can become quite a lucrative bit of mission chaining to do if you enjoy doing it. That's why I think it's one of the cooler missions that Star Citizen has done in recent memory outside of doing special events. I really enjoy doing this kind of gameplay content, and I'm excited to be able to...
That's cool. It's good to see Morph doing gameplay content one day when I can figure out why my OBS doesn't putz out every time I try and record and get me like 5 frames per second. I will also have some gameplay for everybody. That's something I'll focus on in 2025. Until then, this was a great highlight. Let's check out and see what's next.